allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please.
Before I do roll call, did everybody sign in tonight? Anyone who has to sign in, please do so. Thank you. Roll call. Bud.
Present.
Barb.
Here.
Alan Robbins.
Present.
Tamitha.
Here.
Lester.
Here.
Ken.
Present.
Alan Michelson. Jim.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, you've had time to read the minutes from the last meeting. There's no questions or corrections on those, and need a motion to accept them.
Ma'am, just point of order, we have two meetings. You want to handle them collectively or individually? We have the special.
Oh, that's right,
meeting.
yeah, two.
That was approved at last month's meeting, the special meeting was.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it in the mail.
So we only have one to approve tonight. That's the regular October meeting.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and we have the bills.
Yes, there was one late addition to the bills for the month. We added $20.97, brings the revised total $24,079.64.
Make a motion to approve them as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm glad to be back with you guys. I had some moments when I was wondering if this would ever happen, but it did. And second of all, on behalf of the involved council people here, I want to thank you for your votes on election day. I know it was tight elections for all involved, but they all made it. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you all for voting. And then I want to thank everybody for the Halloween coverage. Was the posse here or not? I heard two stories.
They weren't in, I didn't see them in the village.
Didn't hear them.
Anyway, thank you, everybody that participated, and the police and the fire department. And for all the rest of the fall activities that I missed that you all did and kept things going good. So thank you. Okay, before we're gonna go, well, are you guys on calls or anything over there in safety?
On calls,
No, yeah, can we do it? I'm just gonna put something in front of you.
do whatever you can do.
This won't take long. We have Joe here from Rumpke. Bud, did you want to introduce Joe?
Yeah, Joe, if you want to get up and address the folks who gathered here at the meeting, as well as the council members. The council members should have all received the update about the new Rumpke trash removal contract. And I thought Joe would give you an opportunity to answer any questions anyone might have.
And I'd like to say Joe is our go-to person around here. If anybody calls and says their trash didn't get picked up or they've had a problem on trash day, I can pick the phone up, and Bud can too, and probably the other councilman have his number. And he takes care of whatever was missed. Nobody's perfect, and the Rumpke trucks sometimes miss a road or do something, and Joe makes sure that it's all taken care of quickly. So thank you for that, Joe.
You're very welcome. Yeah, my name is Joe Shelstall. I'm with Rumpke Waste and Recycling. So Rumpke's been servicing the village since 2001, I believe, when we were at C. Martin. We acquired their 5-year contract, so our original contract ends December 31st of 25. I met with Bud and we talked about Rumpke would like to do another 5 years with the village as a contract extension. So I put together some pricing for that. Right now you're at $16. So then for the next 5 years, you can just go up $1 every year. So it'd be $70, $18. And then, I believe it would end at, $20 per month, $21 per month, and then there would be a $1 senior discount, and then we'd keep the large item prices the same as they currently are, and then nothing would really change at all, to be honest. It all same day of trash, same service level. So, if anyone has any questions, that's pretty in line with other communities as well, that pricing. Every contract kind of starts and ends at different points, but everyone is kind of on that same track right now with pricing, so it's very competitive pricing. Your price also hasn't changed for the last 5 years, so over that 5 years, there's about 25% of inflation over that 5 years, but we were only asking for an increase of 6%, so I think that's pretty fair for the village and for our relationship. As the mayor has stated, I do love working with the village, and we very rarely have any problems that I hear about, but when we do, we get taken care of.
I do have a question. I've had a lot of complaints of the men leaving the garbage cans like knocked over.
Okay.
And then they just drive off.
Keep going.
Yeah, which,
That's
probably
probably just
the
a bit
seniors area. I mean, I don't want to figure it out myself, especially if it's cold outside, but yeah, what's the procedure? Are they trained? Are they okay is that what they're supposed to do? If it falls over, just to go to the next one, or are they supposed to get out of their heated truck and step out and pick it up and?
There's two things that could happen. So that in that instance, right, they're using the mechanical arm of the truck. There's probably some uneven pavement or something, and they put the can down and it dumps over, right? Probably if it's in the street causing a huge ruckus or something like that, they should probably get out and pick it up, right? The other factor is they put it down, I don't know, maybe a fast car goes by or something, which around here I doubt, right? We could knock them over.
What is when they just leave it?
Yeah, they should be doing the
They're
courtesy.
supposed to go out and pick it back up.
And that's
Well, I figured that you would want them to do that.
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering.
Are there any issues of best utility that we have in this entire village? Far enough.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much, and I'll let the fellows know.
And I tell your drivers every time I see it.
Thank you.
You have no idea what a compliment that is coming from.
That's the only time we've ever heard him say something nice.
I appreciate that very much.
Circle up on Bungalow Bay, do we have any problems with them driving the wrong way on the one-way streets in that area?
No, lots of residents do that.
They don't,
No, they don't.
One other question, about how many clients do you have in Chippewa? Your count?
I think it's about 400 and something around there. I can get the exact number. I didn't bring it tonight. I apologize. But sometimes we do have a little bit of a problem with somebody, maybe in the townships around here. Usually have the Chippewa Lake mailing address, and we catch those, and we do route audits often as well to make sure no one else is getting your village pricing, if that makes sense. Got too many problems with that, but it's pretty much everybody in the village, I believe.
And if you guys were around long enough, remember this, when we had Steve Martin, Curtis knew he was selling that place when he signed our last 5-year contract, and he really did us a favor, locking us in with you guys the way he did. So, I think we've been doing quite well with your group since then because of him.
Thank you. Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
Now, does anybody have any objection or suggestion on renewing this contract? You ready to renew it for the next 5 years, or you have another hauler in mind, or has anybody got any comment? And you guys got any comments on any of this?
Well, I'd like to make a comment. This does not force anybody to utilize this service they don't want to. They can still do their own, or they can engage in a contract with a competitor if that's their personal desire. This is just an opportunity for the village to get a very competitive rate for residents. We have a provider that does excellent service. We did a road projects, and there was times when it was a bit of a nightmare. We never had an issue, period. That whole summer season with that road project was going on. And sometimes you have to work together with the contractor as well as Rumpke, and it was just painless. Can't say enough good about it. And the fact that many of our residents are seniors, they get a $1 discount off the rate. All you have to do is call and tell them you're a senior, and you'll be billed accordingly.
What age qualifies as a senior?
65 and older.
65?
They can just,
Sneak in everybody, Sharon.
Out the trash pickup, something.
I have a question for Gary. Here in the communities that you work with, Gary, is this a competitive rate?
I work for the village of Burbank, and actually their rates are higher than this. So this is a good rate.
Are they through Rumpke or competitive?
The competitor.
Yeah, and Burbank, I believe, might be open subscription as well, so your rates are gonna be a lot higher.
When you say open subscription, what do you mean by that?
There's not a contract with the hauler, so the residents kind of use whoever. And when you have that, of course, you have a bunch of different people with their trash out at different days of the week, and it becomes a big hassle, and then you're paying higher prices.
yeah, and if you don't know, we're supposed to, if we sign with somebody, that's who our people are supposed to use.
I understand that, but they still have that option.
I know they still have some other ones in here now and then.
It's just gonna be higher.
Yeah,
And
there's a couple Kimball's on Northfield.
I wouldn't do business with Martin at all, so yeah, I had Kimball for a while. It's 3 times what we're paying here.
So, are there any other questions, comments, or concerns? All right, Joe, thank you for coming. Make a motion that we accept the Rumpke contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Joe, don't change your phone number. We'll be telling Kimball or somebody about you.
I will.
If you guys have any questions or anything.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I did bring a paper contract to you.
Oh, I'm about to sign it, I guess.
We have one here.
You want me to get that done now or wait?
Full mail.
What does that sign it? There where it says title.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
What's your jacket, Joe?
It's cold outside.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
Okay. Okay, Jim or Alan?
The question is, Colin Michelson going to attend today?
He was intending to, yes. Hopefully he's on.
Yeah, today we have Chief Cavanaugh from the Lafayette Township Fire Department. Give this report.
Good evening. We had 74 calls in Lafayette Township this past month. 1 in Chatham, 1 in Gilbert Township, 56 in Lafayette Township, 9 in Chippewa Lake, 1 in Glory Glens, 2 in Lodi, and 4 in Westfield. 44 during the day and 30 at night. We had about 70% of those were EMS calls and a couple fires and other good things. Our average turnout time is 1 minute and 48 seconds. The year-to-date is 1 minute and 51 seconds. And our average travel time is 5 minutes and 6 seconds. We gave mutual aid to Seville once, Chatham once, and Westfield 4 times, and Lodack twice. And we've received mutual aid 6 times. Some of the things we've been doing this past month, the Night of Mountain West visited the fire station October 20th. Families learned about fire safety and toured the station. Also on October 20th and October 30th, we taught CPR to 35 United County Highway employees. On October 25th, we participated in the Halloween open house for the township. This is a wonderful event for the community. On October 29th, we taught friends and family CPR to 10 Medina County employees, library employees. And October 31st, our department passed out candy to the community during the trick-or-treating hours. So the department things, we fixed our furnace, one of our compressors went bad. Our breathing air system, our SCBA fill station was fixed this past month. And our Medic 1 needed a new radiator, and we're working on getting a 35-year-old tanker fixed with some leaky valves for the winter. And Johnson Control is going to be in repairing our fire alarm system. And a big thank you to all of you. I was not here this past month, I was on vacation, but Tim Olden mentioned that you guys were going to draft a letter to the commissioners, and the phone call to the water department after that letter, when I got back from vacation, worked, and they allowed us to test all the hydrants in Chippewa Lake and Glory Glens, and so I appreciate that. And I've been asking them when these water lines will be replaced, since we've had so many water main breaks, and they said they're working on grants, and hopefully some of these things are gonna get fixed in the next year is what they're talking about right now, so. But I appreciate all of you stepping up and saying, hey, let's do this, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
One question on that. How far have you progressed on testing the water meter or water?
Hydrants, done, we finished, just last week, so.
Front row heard that.
We finished just last week. So some of the hydrants were leaking. We've advised the county water department they were leaking. We actually went out last week, drained them all off, which means we suck out the water and make sure they're dry and then close them back up. So we're hopefully anticipating we won't have any issues after that. So, but if you see a water main or a hydrant leaking or notice that kind of stuff, please let us know immediately.
Water in the streets, that's a big fight.
Right.
So anytime you see any of that, either call the water department, and they'll be on it. But those are the key things that you're looking for. Glad to have you back. Thank you so much for your work and effort. Those turnout times were excellent. You do have a regime change at the township level, so hopefully that's a smooth transition for you and your group.
Yes, sir. All right. Yes, everybody, thank you.
Thank you, Brett. We do have Deputy Harhay with us here today. I'll read over the report for October. Targeted was 90 hours in October. We were 88, which is well within our green zone. 604 miles logged on the cruiser, 28.8 gallons of fuel approximately used. Deputy activities, Harhay had 39, Yarborough had 19, Lyon had 30 for the total of 88. So we're in good shape there. We start going, starting November through April, we move back to 80 hours a week for coverage, or 80 hours a month for coverage. On activity levels, I'll just read from the detail. Assault, abuse, neglect, number 2. Animal complaints, barking dog, loose canines, 2. Domestic, 1. Juvenile complaint, unruly, 1. Extra patrol, 69. Suicide threat, 1. Suspicious person, 1. 911 hang up, abandoned call, 1. 911 open line, 1. Assist other agencies, 1. Building checks, 4. Essential counter, 1. Fall victim, 1. Fraud identity theft, 1. Golf cart inspections, 2. Hemorrhage, laceration or bleeding, 2. Property lost or found, 1. sick person 3, traffic complaint, reckless operation 1, traffic stops 2, unconscious, fainting, and unresponsive 1, underage alcohol, tobacco consumption 1, welfare checks 4, total for 105. And that's quite a bit of activity for her. One question we had, the suicide threat has come up a couple times. Deputy Hardy, on those kinds of scenarios, and I believe there's a teenager involved on this one, do those go to a pink slip, which is a more formal, where they're given some personal assistance, or maybe you can give us a little more detail on those kind of significant?
Depends on the call. If we feel somebody has to go to the hospital, they're going to the hospital. If it's something we can address with the on-call alternative paths, they have them call us and they'll talk to the person that's having the issue. And if they clear them over the phone, then they're good to go. But every call is different. We feel that they're a threat to themselves, we make them go to the hospital with a psychiatric. So
Any questions from the council or the audience at this time? Appreciate all the work that the deputies and the fire department does to keep us safe. As you can see, some of these activities, they may very well be the first responders. So working what they do for us. Couple things there. In the past, we've tried to stay competitive with the wage increases. I did reach out to Captain Conwell. Their contract is still in negotiations, and probably won't be completed till sometimes later on in the first quarter, let's say. I've heard a 7% increase from the deputies. Conwell was talking 3 to 5%. So council may wish to wait till that wage increase is set together. I think it might be a 5-year contract.
3 years.
3-year contract. We have learned to be competitive with our wages. There's a lot of opportunities, other townships or other work opportunities for our deputies that we use. So if we stay competitive with them, we have good resources to use using 2 deputies. So I would urge new council to consider that when it's appropriate in the first quarter. Deputy Hartley is anticipating retirement. This is just a big year. Next year, nothing's cast in stone, so there's some of that change going on. And then the details for the type of reports that I'm doing at the mayor's guidance, I will work on the proper handoff to that information and make sure all the contact people are alerted properly. Anything else on the deputy activities at this point from the audience? Council?
Good to see you.
Thank you, Jim. Next slide is the.
Question, hand up.
Oh, sorry. Hand up.
If my dog is loose, please go arrest him. He keeps climbing the fence, literally climbing the
I know, I
fence.
use dogs.
I saw a video, it's pretty.
What's that?
You said your dogs?
One of my dogs.
Yeah.
Don't arrest
Bigger
him.
beagles, yeah.
Yeah, he climbs the fence.
He's not a dog catcher.
I don't know if this is the dog use canine, I don't know if that was Harvey or not.
We don't need some of those things. We don't know if it's a dog or irresponsible owner, so you can be careful with these hands.
I'm working on the home equity loan for a dome.
There you go. Okay. Moving on the Medina County Park District, Nate Epic sent me a detailed report, which was really just a rehash of various activities that we've done. The year, there was no activity on Chippewa Lake to really report from September on, so nothing in September, October. Officer Harube is being promoted to lieutenant, if not already. So we will probably experience another deputy in this role. That would be decided by Nate Acker.
Hey, Alan, one quick thing. You guys have a date for the polar plunge yet?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the first date is January 30th. And the backup dates are February 14th and February 20th.
Are you gonna jump?
I'm busy doing security.
Used to have security. But they usually have 3 cruisers there during the period of block during the run walk.
So 31st and back up is February what?
14th and the 28th.
Okay, got it.
I'm sorry, I thought I
No,
got it, and that was approved at last council meeting.
okay.
Moving on to the Park District, talked about Ruby being promoted, probably a new officer. Nate had sent me what I thought was a 3-page report on the water quality of Chippewa Lake. But when I went to print it out, it ended up to be 182 pages. So they didn't do any of the algicide that they did in this year. They did it late last year. That's good. I know that Deb Barney and Johnson Board checked in on that. It looked like this report was done by Aqueduct. The 3-page summary was just basically there's no reason to test or to treat this year. So move forward. John or Deb, did you have anything to add on water quality? John?
Water quality was good this year.
Yeah. So, and even though we had a very hot summer, so those were the kind of things that were triggered. So whatever we're doing it right. So thank you for your service. Side report was the siren. A monthly activity, and out the first of every month, which is really, the first Saturday of the month, we do an activation for testing. That report goes to Janelle Meredith at the dispatch office, and she issues shortly after that a detailed report of all the sirens of Medina County, which were one of those. We had had some problems the way the report was going in the past, and it was showing power failure. The siren is under a solar battery scenario, so however it was arranged, the reports going back from the siren to dispatch wasn't proper. Once they got the whatever they changed to show that the power is really initiated from the solar power, then all the reports came together. So there's some work from Basu Communications that did install and did the electronic communications and dispatch office. So everything has been working. I've been home the last 3 months, so I can hear it go off, as many of you probably hear it go off. So thankfully that's going well. The funding of that came through a one-time strategic investment grant through Senator Romanchuk. I need to close that out. It doesn't have to close out till May of next year. We had it all the details out. So my goal is to have that activity closed out at the next council meeting. And aside to that, Christopher Livingston, the young man that helped us in the early days of that, he graduated earlier this year. I think he was working, or is working with University back in their EMA areas or emergency areas. He applied for a job at Case Western. I did fill out a very nice reference for him, hoping to move him along his career. Thank you to Christopher for all that he does. That's all I have from the official report.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to zoning.
Zoning report for November. 9 Parkway Path, notice for excessive growth, not corrected. We filed charges on this project. 9 Parkway Path, forwarding notice for inoperable vehicle, expired plates, not corrected, file charges on this property. 592 Reed Road, dilapidated garage, need repaired, removed, it's been corrected. 13 Circuit Crest Drive, algae mildew on the siding. Short story about that, nobody is living there, I guess, and they didn't even check the door for the warning notice, so I ended up writing an order to correct and sending it to the owner of the property, so it hasn't been corrected yet. But I did notice that the warning notice was taken off the door, so there's some activity. So we'll wait and see what happens with that one. 155 Brook Shore, parking area that needed to have stone put down for resurfacing, that's been corrected. 273 Rustic Brook, order to correct soffit, rafter repairs, and operable trailer with 2 flat tires, holes in the siding of the house, and overgrowth vegetation and trees, not corrected. File charges on the property. 25-019 at 134 Heather Hedge Drive. That was the variance for the breezeway garage. 25-020 at 253 Bungalow Bay Boulevard, and that was a variance for an addition. 25-021 at 384 Craggy Creek Drive. That was a permit for conditional use for an RV. 25-022 at 134 Heather Hedge Drive was a permit for the breezeway garage. 25-023 at 253 Bungalow Bay Boulevard, that was a permit for the addition. And 25-024 at 265 Rustic Oak Road, a permit for a deck. Any questions, comments?
The only thing I have to add is that AJ should be doing stump grinding this week in the village. I talked to him on Friday.
And you have something there about a tree on, Bass, where is it? A resident on Bass Bay regarding a tree removed that may be in the right of way.
Did you get that tree? For the gas station.
That he'd be inspecting that? I guess I would assume.
Yeah,
to
well,
see-
AJ's gonna look at it.
To see if it's in the right of way or not, is that what he's gonna look at?
That's good.
Yeah. That's what it was.
I think it's actually long acre. I think it's
Oh, that
90
was
long acre.
yeah.
It's right there, yeah, so it's,
Okay.
90 long acre.
Yeah, AJ does inspections on those for us, that's always going on, it's got integrity left. So he'll be here Friday to do stump grinding, so I'll take a look at that.
What's the location on that particular one?
Bass Bay and Lazywood, it's the upper extension part, it's on the corner of the property.
Anything else for zoning? Hey, community relations, Tamitha. By the way, great job on that fall program. You made some nice money. Turned in for your kids' programs next year. So good job, and to all the people that helped you. I know Ken, I actually had a pork sandwich and some of your macaroni that brought to me at the hospital.
All right.
And it was delicious, so good job.
I have a lot of helpers, tons of helpers this year,
That's what it takes.
yes. I don't have a lot going on right now, I just have breakfast with Santa coming up on the 13th. Jim volunteered, I'm reminding him, he said he was gonna do pancakes.
Yes, I'll bring the
Okay.
pancakes in the soup.
Okay, awesome. In case anybody cares, the owls are actually working today, by no hand of my own, I didn't do anything except somebody turned them on and I turned on the program. But we don't have anybody viewing us today, probably because they think they're not working, but they are working. And that's really all I have this month.
I was
Sorry.
wondering if we should be posting, just reminders at our council meetings on Facebook.
We can, and I do occasionally, but I don't always, but I can start doing that.
I think when we talked last month, that it seemed like a lot of the residents get their information from that source.
A good handful.
And I actually talked to someone recently that said for a long, long time, they didn't even know that you were allowed to attend the council meetings. So they didn't know that was,
Oh,
so.
okay.
So there may be residents that don't realize that you can actually come and watch them that way.
Well, it is in the newsletter that we put out in the spring also. Talks about YouTube, our council meetings,
Some
the
people,
address where you
some
can
people
attend.
read newsletters, some people
people
watch
don't.
Facebook, some, yeah, so
Right.
Some people find these things out for themselves. Don't forget about those people.
that's right. Yeah.
Are both the owls working right now?
They are.
With that.
I don't know. We didn't do anything different except plug them in and turn them on.
I do the same thing every time I set them up. I don't know. when-
Yeah, I have no idea why one month randomly they will work and then the next month they will not. But they are working today. And that is all I have.
Okay.
About how many people are on, in the audience for this?
Right now,
Yes.
0. And I'm assuming we usually have about 5 live people watching normally. And I'm wondering right now if they think that the owls aren't working, so they're not gonna bother or they'll catch it later. I don't know.
Okay. Building and utility, Barb, by the way, thank you for all involved, and I think it was just you, if I read right, that opened the poles up
They
in the
called
morning,
me.
closed them at night, got them set the machines up.
Yeah.
They actually called you on
Call
time.
me instead of Bud.
Oh my God.
I feel so
Wow.
privileged.
What's that say about Bud? I don't know. Anyway, thank you, and I understand we also had Gloria Glenn's voting over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, the day of setup, they came in and, the guys came in and set it up and I said, why do we have 5 booths today instead of 3? And they're like, that's what the order says. And so then the, Board of Elections people came around and they said, oh, Gloria Glenn's is coming in because they closed theirs down.
So
So,
can you close down your voting?
I'm sorry,
I wonder how you can close down your voting.
they just decided to not allow voting there anymore.
Permanently?
I don't know.
That's how I understood. They closed that precinct voting place.
Oh, the Board of Elections did?
Yeah, immersed it here.
So we almost had a snafu from the one guy setting things up. He picked up one of these tables and swung it up over his head and almost took out the light.
Jeez.
Too much enthusiasm there, so, but all went well. They got it all set up on Monday and then Tuesday morning, had a new crew coming in. We had a couple, Nandy helps out. Liz Bear was here helping out. I think that's it for local. It's that, oh, Linda, yep, Linda Ryder, and a couple new people, and it went well. Wasn't real busy. So I came in Tuesday night and closed up, came back Wednesday, cleaned up. And I do want to segue to that I apologize to ski team because I swept everything, mopped everything, but I never put the chairs back up. So when they came in yesterday, the chairs weren't set up. And I forgot to turn the heat on for them, so it was a little polar bearish, I guess, so I apologize for that. So, yeah, but the voting went well, and congratulations to Tamatha Mayor Dodaro.
And you as well.
And you, Barb.
And our honorable new
And Alan.
Alan, and then we still have a vacancy then, so we'll need to fill that. So, let's see. I do need to, Reinhardt's is closed, and that's where I used to get like paper towels, toilet paper, stuff like that. So I'm gonna kind of shop around a little bit. I know we have an account with Staples and Home Depot, so I'm gonna kind of see if we can get like the trifold towels and
we have an account with GFS as well.
Yeah, okay, I forgot
They
about
have all
Yeah.
that.
They do.
So I'm gonna just kind of shop around and see what the prices are, but I know that we do need the trifold towels for the bathrooms, so I'm gonna try to get that going. We're gonna need some new Christmas lights. When I took them down last year, I tested them all, and a couple of them weren't working, so I will get some new Christmas lights and get those put up. And reported a few street lights that were out up by Bungalow Bay. So one on Bungalow Bay has been fixed. The two on the park, in the park near the bocce court, 2 floodlights are still not working. And there's one in front of Howard Wolf's house in the village right away between the water and his house that is out. And I told them that they would need a ladder to fix that. Especially now because it's pretty wet out there, so I don't think they need to be driving a truck down there. So I don't know if or when that one will get fixed. Perfect Power Wash has reached out to me, and I was gonna just go ahead and approve it because it was under the $500 limit, but they want to come up and clean our building for $385 for the out-of-season rate.
I actually just got, I should have brought it with me, a whole package of advertisements. I think it's Brock Lemon, his son is doing power washing. He started his own company and he's getting really good reviews locally. If you'd be interested in getting a competitive quote, and they're right here in the village.
Yeah, email me his
Yep, I'll get it.
information.
Yeah, the package is on my desk at home, so
Okay.
I'll get it to you. He gave me a bunch of door hangers and business cards to hand out.
Okay, well, send me, because this was $385, so, and they did it once before, several years ago, and they did a really good job. This is out of season, so
Whole building,
whole building,
that's a good price.
that's a good price. It's a good price, it's out of season, so, and then it'll hopefully be shiny and sparkly for next spring. So,
Barb, shouldn't you, if you're gonna do something like that, shouldn't you do it pretty soon before it gets really cold?
yes, well, I told them, I mean, they were gonna do it like, a day after I emailed them back and said, I'll get approval. And I almost went ahead and did it because it's under the $500. So I mean, I could have approved that myself, but I figured I'd bounce it off of you guys and maybe we'd get a better rate, I don't know. But,
Did you want to make a motion to get an approval if you figure out which company?
I would like to make a motion to have approval to have the building power washed.
Don't want to put a dollar amount on it, say $500.
Well, yeah, it'd be, as long as it's under 500.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The weather looked pretty good, like not tomorrow, but the rest of the week, I think almost 60.
I think next week is supposed to get a little, it might have
Upper
time.
50s, low 60s, I think, so hopefully they can get it done without the doors freezing.
And are you planning on climbing up on top of the building to put the Christmas lights up as usual?
Fairy dust. I'll rub the magic bottle.
So it'll be nice and clean when you fall off.
Well, the leaves are down there, so I mean, I'll just have a soft landing and a pile of leaves. So don't jinx me. Don't jinx me, Mayor.
I'm just saying, I think people would not mind if you paid somebody to do that.
I'll
And didn't
I'll
feel
wait
personally
until it's dry
responsible for
and
climbing on the roof.
make sure it's safe.
Hey, Barb, there's a guy that's got a sign down on the corner of 162 and Lake Road. It said, puts up Christmas lights. He's just got a sign on the corner. If you're interested,
Well, I'll call them, but you know, take away my joy. It's part of the spirit of Christmas. I can do a little thing and make people smile. Okay.
If you did hire him, would you have to bring him on as, like, you have to fill out the paperwork for the insurance on that?
If he's gonna be an independent contractor, typically we require insurance on those folks.
So we would have to do the same thing if we hire this I think we already have something set up with Perfect Power Wash, or we did.
I can check if you want.
Well, if they carry their own insurance, then we don't have to do that, right? Is that the
Usually we want
case?
Still
a
have
copy
to
of
have
it
proof of
in
it.
our record, so if something does happen, we know that we're covered.
Yeah,
So we get both their liability insurance plus workers' comp insurance,
okay.
copies of those certificates.
And on the form, it says they're an independent contractor, so it's pretty clear. Good to have that.
All right, I'll check in the lights. And I'll call this other guy once you give me the information, so. Maybe I'll hang a wreath on the door.
Be careful.
Thank you. I think that's all I have for now. Well, I did have a resident, it doesn't seem, and I know you've brought this up before, but, sometimes, we have people that chime in and comment during our meeting, and it kind of really things get kind of crazy, so I just maybe make a reminder that we need you guys to wait until you're acknowledged, raise your hand, and let us acknowledge you before you jump into the council seat, please.
I did have a concerned citizen that noticed the front door, there's some exposed wood on.
Yeah, it is, and I don't know, I think I talked to Jim about it one time, about is it just a whole door frame, or is it, I guess I don't know, I don't know if that whole thing would have to come out and replace the whole door to fix that little section. It's in the bottom, if you're facing from outside, the bottom right-hand corner is kind of rotted. I don't think it was ever primed, it was just painted, so it rotted. So I don't know if we can just replace a small piece of that, or if it needs the whole thing to be replaced.
Barb, I'll look into that for you.
Thank you, Mr. Glassner.
And this person thought it just needed some paint.
Well, it does need paint, but I don't want to paint it and then tear it apart. I painted it, not this summer, but the summer before last, and it's already peeled off, because it was never primed. The wood was never primed, so I don't know if maybe down the line we can replace the whole structure and the whole door, the whole unit, and use some plastic lumber instead of wood.
Bill can fix you up.
We'll see. Okay. But I did notice that several times. Thank you, though.
Okay, parks, Ken?
The village dock and kayak launch has been removed and dry docked. I want to thank John Sandora, Howard Wolf, Eric Rommel, and Ben for all the hard work, and so it's wait until next year. I'm gonna order some stones for Bungalow Bay for the play area up there. We're gonna use the PEP grant for that. I'll try to use as much as I can of $1,000. We may not spread it out, but we'll have it dumped, and because we have to use that by, what did you say, the end of the year, right, Gary? Yeah, so I need to have something to you by next meeting or sooner. So I'll make it sooner. I'll make a point and get it handled and take care of that. Reese's Pond, everything seems to be improving. It's looking good, not as quickly as I was hoping for, but we added the chemicals late. The final treatment for the fall chemicals was done a couple weeks ago. And there's just gonna be 2 now. But I'll tell you, I've never seen ducks on the pond. They're swimming around, quacking and clucking and doing what ducks do.
Ducks are clucking.
Right in the circles. The circles are pretty big now, but there's still a lot of that duckweed around. We'll see what happens, but it's, they look like, I was surprised to see that. The beach signs. Okay, I worked with my committee, Parks Committee, and I think we hammered out the replacement signs. So I can pass it on. Everyone should have them there. basically, the main part is gonna, we really want to emphasize on the no fishing part. There's gonna be private beach, no fishing, for use by Village of Chippewa Lake residents and or their guests. Lake access pass required. And the rules, there's 5 of them here. No fishing on or in the swimming beach area or 100 feet on either side. What I found out was we own at least 100 on the north side, and what did you say, close to 5 or 6 on the other side, so we're good there. And I spoke with Nate, and he's okay with us, he feels it's within our rights to enforce that if need be, and put up signs, so there's gonna be 3 of them. One's gonna be by the gate, another one's gonna be by I posted on the fence near where they fish, and then the other side by our dock. And I put in the order today, he's gonna get back to me with proof. So, take a look at this, if anyone has any suggestions. I saw you wrote something down, she was,
I just didn't know, like, it says no fishing on or in swimming / beach area,
yep,
so,
well, that was
yeah.
your suggestion.
Yeah,
that-
yeah,
that-
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, I
wordage.
just didn't know if it should be on or from,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
No fishing on or in, that sounds right to me, but hey, I went to Brunswick High School, Oh, never mind. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man, we gotta make sure that's right, otherwise people are laughing at us for decades.
Is there anything, that was on the old sign that's not on this new sign, or, I mean,
Yes.
besides what we removed, I mean,
Yeah, the other sign, you know what, I have 2 signs, I had the one that got destroyed, and that looks like dated back 30 years.
right.
And it looks like somebody made it with just press-on letters. And then there's another sign up there, but I don't know where the same sign came from. I'm guessing that possibly Keith might have found it in our shed. But it has no climbing on the rock wall, no playing on the swing sets, no throwing sand, no picnics, no loud music, So there's a lot of those things that didn't really make sense. I think the main things that we wanted to look at, I didn't go through these. No fishing on the beach or within 100 feet. That's the main thing, within 100 feet, because we're getting a lot of tackle in there.
Did you
That's
get
a
any
huge
feedback
problem.
from the beach attendants or anything? maybe?
What's that?
I said, did you get any feedback from the beach attendants?
No.
Like maybe what they? might-
Oh, just throughout the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, throughout the year, people trying to
Anything they
fish out
experienced
there.
that maybe they thought should be done is what I.
It's, all of these, I'll go through them. Okay, no pets of any kind permitted. No fires, glass bottles, or smoking. I haven't heard any complaints about it, but those seem like they made sense. That was off the old sign. And that made sense. We don't want somebody making a fire. And then no flotation devices past the ropes. That's always been that's a safety situation there, because you fall off the float and can't swim, you're in trouble. And then no feeding of the wildlife. And that's off the old sign as well. And that makes sense, because we want somebody throwing right in there and bringing all the geese and everything, where people are trying to swim.
Do we already have a sign that says no lifeguard on duty, swim at your own risk?
We do, we're gonna keep that one there. There's 2 signs there.
Alright.
I'll just take a picture and send them all around. Well, you guys can look.
Ken, I think Barb might have you on something there in that first line
Yeah,
about no fishing, where you have no fishing on or in the swimming area. Maybe that on or from the swimming area would make more sense.
on or from.
What about the word within?
No fishing
Yeah,
within the.
Within the swimming area.
within,
We don't want them fishing from that area either, right?
No, once you're inside that fence, you're within the swimming area.
Well, right to the right and left of it though, too.
Well, then you add the part or within one.
Or within, we're using within twice.
On or in is almost the same thing.
I'm not gonna be on the hook for grammar errors.
You can't put on.
I'm a C student.
That's wrong.
On or in.
We do
have to
have some
walk on the
time though,
water.
right, until the next.
We got time, yeah, we got time. I mean, no, not really. I mean, I want to get these up as soon as possible. I asked the guy to, but he's gonna mock them up. He's gonna mock up, he's gonna put something together before he just pulls the trigger on it. So we could, make sure that everything's
I actually
written
had somebody
correctly.
call asking if they could fish from swim area, so maybe you should put it.
In, I think would work, rather than on or in.
You're not thinking from should be on there also?
Well, on sounds like you're walking on the water.
On or in, so I was right, according to our solicitor.
No, I'd say in.
You don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
In? Okay. All right, I'm sorry for bagging on Brunswick High School.
Yeah, in,
Totally, all right.
in keeps it as simple as it can be.
And then I also, I added this, and, Nate was in agreement, he was okay with it, and he bounced it off of the, I believe, the park, police, the lake police.
Well, they're not gonna enforce this, only the village can.
Right, oh, yeah, and he mentioned that, yeah, he said, as you know, that they're not gonna force it, but we can.
Right.
And, and then I have this ordinance in there, hopefully, is that ordinance correct? I got that off the old side of something else that we need to make sure.
There's a picture that's saying.
Have to check it.
Maybe check it whenever you can.
What's the ordinance number?
It's 510-00.
I'm kind of the view, the less verbiage you give them to read,
Right.
the better off you're gonna be.
I do want to have the rules on there, and I want to make sure.
No, don't misunderstand.
Okay, yeah.
I would just say no pets. I think of any kind is unnecessary, no pets.
Yeah, it says no pets of any, oh, you think that's too much?
Yeah, no pets.
Just no pets?
Oh, yeah, you don't have
To
to.
allow service animals?
I guess technically, but I don't
What was
really.
it, what'd you say, Alan?
No.
I just didn't know if we had to allow service animals, like if somebody was
Right.
visually impaired or diabetic or something and had it
I would say that's not a pet, that's service.
working young.
No, that's true. Yeah, I think we have somebody that owns a service chicken, right?
Right.
Well, didn't that, I remember that?
I think
True.
they're-
True
I
story.
believe- I
I will be
believe
under here with that.
Those chickens have passed away.
I think it's.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Well, that would be a pet, that's a service animal.
Serious animal, so it would have been okay. So we want to drop that down to no pets.
No pets.
Right.
Yeah, because my deed on Bungalow Bay said I could wash my chickens and bathe my chickens in the lake. So,
All right, you'll have to talk to the beach manager about that one.
No bathing.
it's always said that in the deed.
Unused.
And then, of course, I added this, violation of the rules may result in a fine and/or revocation of the, beach access, of beach access. If somebody's over there fishing, I want them to see this, and then maybe they won't roll the dice if they see that they may get fined. And maybe we could, look at that in the future possibly to see who's able to, write tickets or something like that. Maybe we are. I don't
I'd
know.
swap those. I'd say possible revocation first and then result in a fine. Because unless it's pretty grievous, they're
The
not
people
gonna
that
jump
are
right to the
fishing
fine.
probably aren't going to the beach.
No, but they're standing there, on the side. That's the whole, well, they're actually on the beach too.
On the
You know,
beach
that's the
after the
beach
beach
too.
closes.
Yeah, even, and if it like closes for a short period of time and there's nobody there, don't go out there, they'll just let themselves in and fish.
Greg, did you have something?
Yeah, somebody sent me, local resident, they know I'm concerned about the safety of the fishing. Somebody sent me a picture, 3 people on the beach with their children fishing last week in the beach area, closed, on the beach, casting into the beach, so.
Somebody called my house a
They do go
week
in
or
there.
so ago and asking about it and just said that some people have told them they can fish there and some people have told them they can't. So it sounds like there is a group that wants to fish there. I told them they weren't allowed to.
Yeah, There's no sign right now, so,
But I guess you better get them signs up.
yeah, well, that's why I want to make it happen as soon as possible.
It could be interpreted, because you say what the beach hours are down here.
Yes,
It could be interpreted that outside those days, you can fish.
I was actually wondering if the beach, when it's closed, that it should be closed. And if people are on the beach,
Yeah,
then they're not
that's
supposed
bad.
to be there. They're,
well, that was always allowed.
Used to be.
We've
Yeah.
allowed that for reasons like, for example, after school starts and kids go back to school.
but you leave the gate open. I'm talking about the people that come
Going
around the
outside.
gates and they.
Well,
come-
somebody told me that, like, when my kids were like this big, I don't know who that person was, but she was sitting on a golf cart, and she said, beach is closed. She said, well,
Okay,
I'm
so,
not gonna say who that person was, but they said we can go in there, so it's always been a rule.
Joanne, can you correct me maybe, but we're not allowed to call it a beach, are we?
Nope,
You're supposed to call it the lake access area. Because calling it a beach, the health department at one point went after us because we didn't meet all the requirements for a public beach. And
and we never will.
we said, sorry, we won't, and then they went away.
It's our lake access
But we don't want
area.
to call it a beach because then you get into all these testing and
You
requirements.
gotta have changing rooms and.
Well, interesting, well, which side, because I have private beach in here, no fishing, I mean, that's,
It's our lake access area.
but people are gonna be like,
What's
what the
that?
hell is that?
Well, don't we have a sign on the beach calling it a lake access area?
Private swimming area?
Maybe private swimming area,
Is that-
okay.
The attorney's saying no.
Well, swimming,
Call it lake access and
they
don't.
get into the beach idea. And they have a few pages of regulations.
Oh, yeah, we'd never be able to have.
Do you,
No.
do you want me to, you just want me to send this, I don't know if you might have been looped in on this, did you want to take a quick look at it?
I did.
You
I
did?
have a copy in front of me.
Well, then,
Are you saying you want my copy?
Sure. If there's an extra one.
It's not extra.
because I want to order this as soon as possible, and if we can't have beach on there, we got to fix that, because I don't
Well,
want
then
Well,
beach
it's just-
hours, should we just say swimming hours?
to.
Right, this is more of a committee meeting. We should maybe take it back to the committee.
Well, this is something, I mean, I send emails around
I
to
thought I was
Barb,
on
and
this committee, but I guess I'm not.
you're not on the committee.
To a name.
So Barb and Tamitha, and we kind of hammered it out, and we came up with this, and, instead of just pulling the trigger on it, I brought it to this meeting here.
Well, lake access is better than beach.
Yeah.
Although they went away, once we said go away, it didn't bother us anymore.
Okay.
The health department.
But who knows, get somebody who's zealous, they might
Okay.
try to enforce the beach rules.
Okay, so I'll do a little bit more work on this probably tomorrow and send it around. And, but other than that, so we gotta kill the word beach.
Down here, beach hours, should we just say swimming hours?
Yeah, swimming hours. And I'm sorry, you said, yeah.
Could you put maybe attendant on duty in those hours there, and that way it's.
Sometimes it's not there.
Yeah, if they're not there, I don't know. Now that would be, do we want to make it so nobody can use the beach while there's no attendant there?
No, but I'm sure, I
Between those
could even
hours?
help you add some wording that means that whether the beach is open or not, these rules are in effect
Mhm.
regardless of the beach being open.
Just try to keep it simple.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
Don't mention the attendant because somebody's gonna say, well, there was an accident and the attendant wasn't.
yeah, I don't think we should
And
say that.
it also doesn't really matter if the sign is wordy or not. If we have rules, we have rules. So if we add some language at the end and people are doing something, it's not that they, so it's not okay that they didn't read the sign, it's the rules, so.
Technically.
And the
Right.
main thing is you need somebody to enforce these rules.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we can't have,
Otherwise, there's no point.
yeah, well, our beach
So are we
attendants.
hiring someone to enforce the rules now? Is that what you're?
Well, you have
you're
our-
telling us we should
our-
make a
our
sign?
Don't have the police force.
Our
We have a
park
contract
workers there.
with the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
That's who to call.
Mhm.
Mark,
I move that we name the lake access area after the founder of the area, Parker Beach. And then it
It's
is
the beach area.
right, Parker Beach.
Thinking like a lawyer.
Okay, so, in the minutes also, you had some about Bud checking, investigate and report back on added stone along the edge of the roadway. Do we have that report?
I didn't make a report, I looked at it. I don't share the opinion that it's required. It may be unsightly, but if we receive the grant, it's gonna get more unsightly.
That's
They're gonna use it as a construction area. Once we get that road project completed, then we can fix it up and decide what we wanna put in place to make it pretty. Anything else is premature at this point, my opinion.
Okay.
If we fix it ahead of time, then the people that tear it up have to fix it.
No, Bill, it don't work that way. Somehow it don't work that way.
I did have somebody that's watching online suggest that when they hear lake access, they think of the boat ramp and not the beach.
Right, that's a problem.
I've
So we'll
always
have to come up
thought
with-
that too, so
Well, to come
Well,
up with
they'll just
another
have to
word.
figure it out.
they will. Yep.
Just call it lake area.
Yeah,
Well, I just called it, I'm just making notes here, Chippewa Lake Access for use by the Village of Chippewa Lake residents and/or their guests. Lake access pass required. I mean, we sell those.
Right.
that's our beach pass.
Yeah, don't try to make everything too complicated.
The people live here, they know what it is.
Right.
Right.
They don't live here, we don't care if they don't know.
Yeah,
don't
because
live
they
here.
can't use it anyways. Yeah, because they bought the pass, it's a good point. It says right on the pass what it is.
And that's how we refer to it.
Yep, yeah, so I guess so, yeah. Yeah, we'll make that the, lake access.
Do guests have to be accompanied by the resident? Or
They're
are they allowed
supposed to
just
be.
put down
They're supposed to be.
Yeah, we changed that.
Instead of or?
Well, the deed, lake rights just say, and their guests.
So I
Yeah,
need to think
Doesn't say you have to be with the guests, but that's the lake rights.
Okay, do we have anything else for parks?
Yeah,
Who said
yes,
that?
sir.
one of the fences was broken again yesterday.
Wait, are you kidding me by Point Park?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we gotta put in steel.
So I'm gonna have to replace that one too.
Okay.
You need to put some,
Hey, I just throw this out there. I don't want to have a protracted conversation about it. What do you guys think? I'm just throwing it out there. Don't kill me. Removing the back side sections and the back piece. Leave the front as is. Pull the post and the lateral fence rails. And stop trying to maintain it.
What about some of those parking, what do they call those? The park,
Those-
concrete?
Blocks.
Yeah,
That,
maybe a
that,
couple, line it all the way up there so they'll feel it if they back, with the tires.
I mean, that would make more sense. I think we're beating a dead horse. Over time, Bill, I bet you replaced 20, if not more, than those posts and or rails.
Remember, replaced 8.
8 this year, right?
I'm talking since you've been doing that.
Remember the fence that was behind the old village hall here, when it was Briarwood?
yeah,
They probably replaced 10 posts and boards on that a year.
So, it's just a thought. Keep the gravel area. I like your idea about putting up the parking lot.
What do they call
The upright ones are called bollards.
them? Bollies?
I was thinking you were
The
talking,
ones at the bottom, the,
That's what.
Just the
Oh, those
parking.
are curves.
just put curbing in.
Curves. You could, or you could just use 6x6s that look attractive there to
just drive it with some
It's-
serious.
maintain the landscape.
And stop trying to maintain the fence.
oh, like
It's a
the,
tiny area.
the railroad tie
Yeah.
deals.
Yeah.
6x6.
Then drive them in there.
Put some rebar in them so they don't.
Maybe
get
when
pushed.
we consider what we ultimately are going to do across the front of Point Park,
Integrate the
we
whole,
could do the whole,
give it a similar look.
right.
That's a good idea, but that's probably not gonna happen until after that project's done.
It's just, I mean, my guys, Bill just replaced those and already another one's broken.
Yeah,
Probably
Other ones
by
in
a
the front,
non-resident.
Not in the back. this latest one,
Yeah,
take a look, it's in the front, not the back.
sure it is.
Which ones which ones are getting damaged?
It doesn't matter.
They're all
Some
over the
are
place?
in front, some are
Just
in
like
the
a
back, some are on the
bumper
side.
cars?
One of them's right parallel to the beach side.
Well, it's just a thought, like I said.
I think that looks nice, myself.
Yeah, I understand that, Bill, but as a practical matter, there's a point in time when you think, it's no longer worth doing this. I'm catching money on fire and throwing it to the wind. I realize you're pretty adept at replacing them, but the fact remains, it's counterproductive. We need to design something different. So your thought about integrating that whole front piece, put some thought into it, do that whole thing.
Or even, I mean, we'll give it some thought, but you could even put the landscaping timbers, you know, the railroad ties, put them along, square it in, and then put the fence behind it by about, you know, a bumper's length, maybe 3 feet.
I was never,
Expand it out, I don't know, but we'll hammer that out.
look at those railroad ties that are up there at the tennis court.
They're rotting away.
They're awful.
I know.
Actually, I think that at some point that area should be reconsidered up there at the tennis court area. There's some, like the rotten railroad ties.
Yeah, that's set for, I plan to rehab that whole area like we did over here, or that play area, you know, put in the borders and whatnot. I just couldn't, you know, I couldn't do it this year. So it's gonna be a kind of springtime thing. So that's the game plan. This way, I'm gonna get that gravel dumped so we can use the PEP grant for that part of it. Other than that, shoot. Anyone have any questions for me?
Yeah, you guys want that fence replaced or not?
Well, yeah, for now, yeah. It's just one piece? Is it just one piece, one upright? Okay, yeah, if you don't mind.
Upright, it's a horizontal.
I meant a horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind doing it, I appreciate that. Yeah, we all appreciate it. Yeah, because who knows when that's gonna be a springtime thing, if we're gonna rehab that whole area and change it. So, that piece is what, was that about $15?
$17.50.
$17.50, so yeah, instead of having it missing or broken, it's gonna be like that all winter.
Are we gonna paint something on the wall so that people see that?
Yeah, I was looking at that and, oh, yeah, that's another thing I don't wanna take all the time in the meeting here. But the wall there, going out 100 feet, it's kind of falling, you don't really see it. So yeah, that would be, we could put up some signs along there, the 100 feet, maybe every 20 feet or so, but you can't really see it. I looked at that. I don't know, maybe,
We need to find some way to paint it on that wall.
but it's like sloping down, so we stand there looking at it. But I also wanted to mention, so we do that, we have the signs on there saying no fishing to the right and the left of the beach or the lake access area. That should take care of that. And as for people, you know, along that strip to the creek, I think that should probably be up to the property owner. They could post something on their fence if they have a dock there, instead of us passing any kind of legislation or anything that we're stopping people from fishing if they want to fish.
It's private property, so.
That's kind of that in-between property, but yeah, but they own it and even encourage them. I know, Leslie, you said that you spoke to almost every dock owner.
No, I said I made a list of every property
Okay.
owner, and I think that we should have a conversation with each one of them and just let them know this is coming up.
That's what they could do, yeah.
I did have one of the property owners tell me they were gonna reach out to see if the village would be interested in buying that parcel they have in the front.
Interesting. Yeah, but I think we, maybe suggest to them if they don't want it, they put it, because I'm thinking pretty much everyone has a gate there, or they have access to their dock. And if they put up a no fishing sign there, it'll let people know that they can't fish there, or they're, rolling that somebody may yell at them. Instead of us passing something, voting on it, and not allowing, people to fish all along there. That's just my opinion. I think that would kind of be a lighter way of going about it, and less intrusive, in my opinion. We'll just take care of what we own and let everyone else take care of what they own. And that's all I got.
Okay, we'll go to streets, Bud.
I don't have much. Bungalow Bay, there was a small divot up in front of the pink and greenhouse. It's finally been repaired. We made another installment on the engineering costs. So it's related to the new project.
That we haven't heard anything
And we probably will not until,
December.
no, I told them, don't tell us until Al's in office.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Initiation by fire.
And that's really all I have.
No, it's not. Snowplow.
Oh, yeah, you have a snowplow
I
contract
do,
that needs signed,
I do. We have, did you want to,
and I would the costs are the same as previously. There's no increase.
nothing has changed in this contract as far as money. This is with Lafayette Township. You may or may not know, they're gonna have a couple new trustees next year. It's questionable, what their opinion is of the village. As far as I know, we haven't seen any of them around. So we do have this snowplow contract, which, probably should have been signed already since it already snowed. But I believe we should be signing this as quickly as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to be sure. So we got something going on.
Today. Lafayette Township salted the roads today.
Yeah, there was rumors flying around, and they're probably just that about them maybe not being receptive to having their street department anymore, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't think they can do that, but that's who we are contracting with. So, we better get something signed and get it going.
Got an ordinance. First reading, ordinance number 911-25. An ordinance authorizing an agreement between the village and the Lafayette Township trustees for Township Service Department services and declaring the same an emergency. And that's the contract we're just talking about.
So we need a motion
So that's the first reading.
to waive this.
Waive the second and third reading.
I make a motion to waive second, third.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to pass the ordinance as an emergency.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, is this the one we signed?
Yes. Yeah.
Now you might not have anything else.
No, I don't have anything specific.
Okay, we'll go to,
Wait. You want to-
yeah,
Okay, sorry. I know.
we don't mess around.
I know. I wouldn't mess with you.
Okay, and so when you get done doing that, it's time for the law directors.
Okay. Well, I have one case that was a bounce back case to court. It was a defendant who was convicted of disorderly conduct. He served his sentence and then he violated his probation, so he bounced back to jail to serve out the rest of his sentence. And beyond that, I have the ordinance for solicitation and status on that. I sent out
You did.
most recent version. Which has a typo in it.
Yeah, Mark cut it.
Right. Well, but this is, the only change between this version and the last version is, it said you could have 2 extensions of 60 days for the permit. And then That would be 120 days total. And their lawyer asked, well, what happens then? And I said, well, you're done. But I thought it would be a good idea to add that if you go the 120 days, you just have to start the process over, period. Get a new permit, which makes sense. Because in 120 days, somebody might get a criminal conviction or something might happen. So let them start over again. And they agreed to that. In fact, Omni Fiber agreed to this whole thing. And they said if the village passes this, they will dismiss their case.
Do you have that in writing?
Email. Yes.
Is that considered in writing?
It's in typing. Well, even if I had it in writing, when the time comes to sign it, they could still back out. But I don't think this attorney would do it. They want to get it over with too.
They shouldn't have started.
Agreed. I still think they're right, but.
So, question, Alan, at the hearing that you had, that was in front of a magistrate,
Yeah.
is that correct?
Yeah.
And was the Omni attorney present?
We were all there on Zoom.
Now,
And basically, the only thing that got accomplished was we have a trial date, which if we don't settle it, we have a trial date of January 13th.
well, the premise of their argument was we were violating their corporate free speech.
Right.
There's no law based on corporate free speech.
There are some cases in Ohio that use that to decide them.
Okay, well,
So it's
this
been-
was an attorney inside that lives in residence here said that she was not aware of any corporate free speech.
Right. Well, apparently it's a concept of law because judges have mentioned it in cases in Ohio. In writing. I don't think much of it is a concept because I don't like commercials any more than anybody does, but, you know, under current administration, it's a concept they like.
So what you're saying is if we pass this the way this is written right now, that they'll drop the lawsuit.
Right.
Mark Ruther had put forward that there was a typo in the last section 2.
Last sentence of section 2.
Yeah, I'm just reading it here, was accented, or I not see. What was the word?
Too many shells.
B,
Where?
strike out B, Alan,
B?
B.
The last sentence of section 2, you have shall be, shall something. It just didn't read right to me. That's
What is
all.
section 2?
Right here, section 2.
Yeah, last sentence, so strike out shall be was.
I struck it out.
Something like that, yeah.
Right.
Alan, did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I got
So
it.
we're striking out
B,
shall be.
Shall go into.
ordinance shall go into immediate operation and effect.
Shall
We're
go.
striking
Shall
out
go,
shall
shall be.
The shall be.
Get rid of shall be. Right.
Right.
Sorry, I blame my staff.
Yeah, well,
You don't know how many attorneys I've talked to that say that.
Probably everyone.
when I worked at the county courthouse, probate court in Carver County, the only attorney that never said that was George Voinovich. Blamed himself, not his office girl.
Well, I blame myself. It's my work product.
No, we had one reading on this already, or is
Yes,
this?
We did.
in October.
So if we're making an amendment or change as recorded, do we have to pass this as an emergency?
You don't have to pass it at all. I mean, you could have a second reading today, you could drop it today, you could pass it today.
Well,
You're
where
up.
did you drop it? I thought you said if we pass it, they'll drop their lawsuit,
Yeah.
which,
I think we should move forward.
Finish it.
It's your call. I
I'm
mean,
done with it.
I think you should have a second reading and a third reading next month and pass the ordinance the way we're supposed to do it. This does not need to be an emergency. Court date's not until the 13th of January.
When's our next meeting? Before that.
December.
Oh, December, I'm sorry.
So
Yeah.
if we go by the book and do the steps, the second reading would be today, the third
That
reading.
gives the rest of us a chance to mull it over and come back and decide you're crazy or not.
You've actually already read it.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
Put it to bed.
Well, we need to do a second reading anyway.
Make a motion.
Well, let me make a second reading first. This is second reading of ordinance number 909-25, an ordinance regulating door-to-door solicitation in the village. And if you pass it as emergency, the title would include and declaring the same an emergency. But that is the second reading then. As typo corrected.
So now what do you want to do?
I make a motion, we pass it as an emergency.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
How about you do a roll call vote for the record?
Was that, you didn't capture that vote?
No. I couldn't see. No, just for the record.
Okay, Gary, roll call vote, please.
Alan? Me, this Alan, opposed.
Leslie,
Yeah, yes, I agree.
Barb,
For,
Ken,
Aye.
Bud,
Yes.
4-1.
Tamitha,
Yes.
So it passes as an emergency. Okay, I'll let the other attorney, Mr. whatever his name is, no, McMurray.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thanks for your work in this, by the way.
Thank you all. There were good suggestions. I mean, you guys really worked on this.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else.
Okay, finance, Gary?
And on that, second reading, Bud made the motion to pass it, and who seconded
I
that?
did.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wasn't there supposed to be 2 motions?
There was,
Was there? Okay.
waive the third reading.
Correct? I just heard the motion to pass, didn't hear the motion to pass,
We
waive.
pass it as an emergency, is what I said.
Well, can we add to that?
We can,
Waive the third reading.
we can waive third reading. I thought it was
make a motion to waive the third
inherent
reading.
on its face, but okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Very good.
Alan, opposed.
Alan's opposed to that one too. Do you need another roll call vote to
No.
figure that one out?
I think we passed both motions.
Okay.
Counselor.
Okay.
Okay. All right. This past Saturday, I distributed the October bank reconciliation report showing all accounts in balance. Any questions, comments by council? I have a motion authorizing council to sign off on the,
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
This past Saturday, I distributed to all the council the October appropriations report for their review. Any questions, comments on October appropriations? I have a motion to council to sign off.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
I have a question, if I can back up. Do I have your authority to approve the court order dismissing the case?
Yes, do you need that?
Yes, what do we need to do?
Yeah, you can make, please make a motion.
I make a motion that
This guy.
we allow the court to dismiss the suit.
And I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye. Opposed.
Okay. That's all I've got.
It's kind of in your camp. Did you send a letter to the people dumping at Reese's Pond?
I sent a letter to the ones that were identified. It was 2 people, same household,
Okay.
and that was a while ago.
It was,
Person that-
It was after last meeting though, but you probably got it out pretty quickly after the.
So there is a resident that I know that walks by there often and knows the person that lives there. And apparently she said to this other person that someone had said something to her about jumping at the pond. And she told them to mind their own business, and this person said, well, they might be minding their own business, it might have been a council person, and the village owns the pond. And she said, well, I told them to mind their own business.
Huh, interesting, okay.
Is that the same person I wrote to? Okay. Do you know?
Yeah, the Lake Street address.
Right.
Across from the pond, yep.
Okay, Linda Miller, finance report.
We'll come back to that.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Any further action, Alan, on challenging the property reappraisals for village-owned properties?
It's in progress,
Okay.
finishing it up.
Okay, thank you. As of the end of September, whoop, how about end of October? Not September. End of October, the balance in the primary checking account, $407,961.44. Money market, $208,113.10. Star Ohio, $115,810.13. Total, $731,884.67. Any questions, comments by council? That's all I have.
Is there any further old business? Okay, we'll go to the audience. Mark?
Well, how about this,
Wait, are you guys done?
well, do we need to do this SPCA?
I'm gonna do that in new business.
Okay.
Okay, Mark?
I think that this council needs to stop abusing the Emergency Act thing. There's no need to pass that by an emergency tonight, none at all. Nope, nothing was gonna happen in the next 30 days if you did it the way you're supposed to do. I find that atrocious.
Okay, thank you for your input. Bill?
Yeah, Gary, that $731,000 that we have, how much of that is committed?
How much is committed?
Yeah, how much is committed and how much is available to use for projects in this neighborhood?
Well, we committed, each appropriation report at the end of each month does indicate how many dollars are committed for each fund that we have. Now, if you want me to total these up, so I can give that to you after the meeting.
Just
or if
an
everybody-
estimate would be fine, is it $730,000?
Let me, okay.
Or is it $7?
Well, let me do it quickly. 315, 450. Approximately 450,000 of the 700,000 is appropriated for this year.
Okay.
That's through December 30th,
That's
or
through-
June 30th.
That's through December 31st, 2025. That's how much that's how much is appropriated for this year.
So there's roughly $31,000 that we don't have to worry about if we spend it or not?
Right, the monies are there, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. As I said, approximately 450,000 was appropriated for 2025 out of the current 700,000 plus that we have now.
Thank you.
Okay, who we got? Lisa?
Nothing.
Debbie?
Nothing.
Councilman to be Horning?
Just had a question, I know we just signed the contract for the township.
Yes.
How is the salt handled? Is that just whatever they have for that year is what we pay?
We signed a contract with the county.
That's a separate contract.
And did we already sign that?
Last month.
Yeah.
And how much is it? A ton?
I don't remember.
I don't think there was an increase from the previous year. thought it was staying the same.
That's what I think about.
I believe there was an increase, but it wasn't significant.
So the county does the salting and the township does the
No, they buy the product from the county.
Oh, okay.
It kind of provides the civil Lafayette
The
does.
Township uses the equipment and the outfit.
And there's no amount on it, it's just an agreement
I thought it was like 55 a
to
ton.
pay what they spend.
I think it's more than 55.
It was at one time.
60's in my head, but I don't like to throw out numbers. I don't keep them.
Would be in our.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Want Gary to find out, tell you? He can.
Yep.
Gary will let you know.
That's fine, yeah. Wait, that's good.
Greg,
Good, thank you.
who's back there? John
No, nothing.
and Debbie. That's everybody, right? Yeah, right now, behind people. Okay. One thing that happened this month, as you all know, is we had our election of council people. We do have a fourth seat available on council. Now that the election has passed, we are going to do interviews for anybody that is interested in taking this council seat. We have had one person so far that has expressed an interest. I would suggest that we set a date for this, get the word out through all the various channels we have around here, the website, Facebook, so on, Leslie's email. And so what would be a good date for you guys? Would you want to do it prior to a council meeting? You want to do it on its own? I don't know how many people we're gonna have. In the past, we've had up to 4, I think. And we schedule just a night and then have the different times and interview them. Basically, then we decide on who to appoint and have that ready to go on January 1st so that we are starting with a full council.
Question on, when you appoint somebody, then at the next election, they have to enter into that election. What's the procedures?
If you appoint them, they just take up the term.
For your term?
No, the unexpired term of the seat that they're replacing.
So that would.
So it would be it would be a 4-year term.
It
Yeah.
would be 4 years.
Yeah, well, that's how I came on council, but maybe it was for Terry Gray when he went off. And I didn't wait 4 years to go into the election routine. That's why I was asking the question.
I know when,
My first year, I was on council for a year, and that first year, I had to do my petition and put myself on the ballot for my next 4 years, because I came in at the end of the 4 years.
But this is a brand new term.
This is a brand new term, so.
Yeah, so it's
whoever
4 years.
does it will be here for 4 years.
Very good.
okay, so any suggestions on when you'd want to have these interviews?
How do you advise people that they need to do this if they're not sitting here?
She just said she was gonna go through
People
all
to do
the.
this, because I've heard that people have been interested in the neighborhood and have never heard a word one on how to show
Well,
that.
you know, Bill, a lot of this is not up to us to let them know. People have to find things out for themselves. If they really are interested, they'll find out.
I
If
knew
they're really
someone who was
interested, they must know that we have meetings, that we have these, YouTube or wherever it is. And, there's enough of them around and there's people talk who, you can't tell me you guys don't talk. I know you do.
Yeah, you can find out with the election board too, because it'll be an open seat.
Well, I knew someone who was interested, and he kept calling me and asking me, and I said, go to the Board of Elections. Well, how do I do that? I can't Google Board of Elections and give him the address and phone number. Like, I think he asked me 3 or 4 times.
Maybe you should drive them there.
Yeah,
Right.
take a tan.
You don't want that guy.
I mean, if they're interested, they would be watching the meeting and getting this information, or they'd be
Or they'd
here.
have a cause, there'd be something that would be upsetting them about something going on. It's just how far does your responsibility go? You can't notify every single person, hey, we got some council seats open, you know? You can't,
So
You can only
she did
do so
say,
much.
We're gonna put it on Facebook, we're gonna put it in
The village
the
website.
village website, and I'm gonna email my list of
If
people.
you want it on the website, somebody needs to give me the wording, please.
yeah, we gotta figure out when they're gonna do it. And,
So do you guys wanna get this done
Before
in
the
the
next
month of
meeting.
November before our next council meeting? Or do you wanna get it done
I would say
in the
after,
month of
What if
December?
we, have the deadline to apply?
do you have to say who's gonna be at a council meeting?
Who?
If we have a meeting and
Yeah.
we interview the people and pick one, do we have to do that at a council meeting?
It's an open meeting, it has to be a public meeting, not the interview, but
If we do the interviews and pick the person at that meeting, do we have to go back to a council meeting? In other words, do we have to do this before the December meeting? Or if we do it after the December meeting, have somebody ready to go January?
you have to do it at a council meeting.
Okay.
So can we have the deadline to apply be December 1st, and then we could interview before the next meeting?
Yeah.
And then make the announcement
You
at
have
the
to do it
December
that way.
meeting?
that makes sense, yeah.
That's right.
December 1st is a Monday.
And we all need to be here for interview, correct?
Well, we could pick an interview date later, once we get the number of applicants.
And we should have Alan and the two outgoing guys too.
December
say.
1st is a Tuesday.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Do you
Sorry.
guys wanna make the deadline, I know this is right at Thanksgiving, but the deadline
No,
is
I got
28th.
December 1st is a Monday,
Me too.
I have December 1st as a month.
Oh, I'm looking at my calendar wrong, sorry. guys.
2026.
But I like making it the end of the month.
Yeah, do you wanna do it at the end, at the deadline, at the end of the month, like the Friday, the 28th?
Of
That way we can have
And then you can have your
options,
meeting on the 1st.
options between the 1st of December and the 3rd of December for interviews. Because I know it's hard to rally all of us together on the same night if it's not our scheduled council night. We've all got, you know, lots
I was
going
just
on.
thinking because of the holiday, because
Right.
of Thanksgiving holiday, that if you did it on the 1st.
That week, I'm available on the first, but the balance of the week, I'm not available. Well, at night I could, Friday, Saturday or Sunday before the council meeting, I could be available.
I get, the long and short of it is, there's a excellent chance we're not all gonna be available.
We don't all have to be.
Do we have to be, I've not sat on any.
You have to have
I
a
don't think you
forum
guys-
before.
Okay,
Just say it's not gonna be the end of the world if you don't bill it till January anyways. You still have a quorum.
okay.
We'll have a quorum.
True.
I just remember sitting on that side talking to all of you guys, feeling very intimidated and all of you were here.
And
Really?
And just
Yeah.
clarifying, quorum would be four council people.
Right.
But in January, some people have a conflict, right?
Okay, so you got
Yeah,
a date,
right.
December 1st?
December 1st.
To apply.
And applying, that's not like.
The
a written
applications.
application. Is that a written application or is, I don't remember. Or it was
Just a phone call saying
Just a
I'm
phone call,
interested.
just saying.
The one I had was basically a phone call because I was too lazy to do an email.
Okay. That makes sense. Just-
Your
I
deadline
think I
is
called and I left Joanna a voicemail, and then she called me back and said, okay, wanna come in on this time? And I did do an interview, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we just gave them the times. They were like
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes apart.
That's
And then
right.
you're gonna
Okay.
vote. When, in December? Yeah. Of course.
Then we vote or appoint them at the December council meeting and they'll be ready to go in January,
That's the 8th
right?
of December, correct?
8th of December is the next meeting, yeah.
And hopefully they would attend the December meeting.
Yeah. But you would have to
So,
wait this morning to
Right,
January.
right.
So Lisa, how much information do you need to put that on the website?
Whatever you want people to know, you need to know dates and who to call and, I don't want to make it up, that's all I'm saying.
Alright. So any interested residents to fill the vacancy for the,
Well, let's,
Put it together.
Yeah, they can call, why don't you have them call me?
hang on, not interested. That's a requirement, but what are the requirements and or restrictions?
Gotta be a village resident and a registered voter.
Yeah.
A resident for 1 year or more. And you've gotta be a registered voter now.
In this village.
Right.
There's people who register elsewhere.
Are there also guidelines about how many meetings you need to be able to attend?
Nope.
Not by law. You can make,
Yeah.
the council could make guidelines like that, but you don't have it. If you miss 3 meetings in a row, you're subject to removal.
See how close you guys are getting this year?
It says in a row.
I like how we all looked at Alan.
Alan's sweating over there. He's like,
One more and he would have been. I didn't miss 3, I only missed 2.
Well, I think
Two in
those were probably
35
the
years.
first 2 I've ever missed. Since I've been on council, I don't think you've ever missed other than those 2.
23 years, and yeah, that was. Yeah, you're gonna complain about that?
You.
I think you have to be at least 21, gotta be registered to vote.
No, this doesn't say 21.
No. Registered voter
Resident,
and a resident.
Resident, registered voter.
Resident
that's
for
the legal
1 year.
requirements.
Voter has to be
Okay,
18.
resident for 1 year.
And a registered voter in the village.
I thought it was 2-year residency because I waited. Is it 1 year?
I think it's 1 year, but I don't have it all in my memory.
And I think we should list the council positions.
well, that doesn't matter because they're gonna be reassigned
It's gonna be
to whoever.
reassigned.
Yeah, but-
That doesn't matter.
I
Well,
would hope they would know what's going on.
Well,
currently the 6 positions are listed.
oh, listen, what all the positions are.
Yeah, but you'll have somebody walk.
Why? They're not gonna- they don't-
Expect
they're
them to
only
be
gonna get
interviewing
one of them.
For a
They don't-
position.
they don't get
It's just,
I know.
they're getting a spot here if they want a spot here.
I know, I'm trying to be the devil's advocate here,
well,
you know,
Good job.
assume.
we're trying to decide if we might be
Yeah.
comfortable.
Committee assignments are the prerogative of the mayor.
1 year resident,
That's it?
that's it. You don't even have to speak the English language.
Wow.
God, don't say that.
No, don't say it. Technically.
Okay, so, did you get those 2 things, Lisa?
She didn't get the.
And have
I'm
them come.
sorry.
Write- somebody needs to write her the-
Send me something. Just send me something.
Somebody just write the comment, and give it to her.
Okay,
Whatever you're gonna put on Facebook, or I can copy that off, but I sit here and
You're on my
listen, and
email
I can't
list,
keep
so
track of everything.
You'll get my email. You're on.
We'd rather blame you, Lisa.
Huh?
We'd rather blame you.
I know you would, that's why I'm.
Leslie, I'll call you.
Are you guys okay
What
with
you
the
should say.
November 30th being the deadline?
And then you can send it
And then I
out.
can put it on
Okay.
Facebook too. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
get it to you.
I just, I got the retirement, but you didn't tell me the dates and stuff.
Okay,
Write it. Give it to her.
okay, so we're gonna have that meeting December 1st, so we'll get that handled.
That's the
And,
interviews.
I assume that Barb, the building is available,
I'll make sure that it's on too.
and we're gonna put that in the paper.
Isn't that the night
Must be
of
a
the garden club?
Pardon me?
No,
No?
oh wait, the first?
Yeah.
No. They're the week after us.
So what time is this meeting? 7 PM?
Yeah, it would, I need it to be 7 PM, sorry. But we don't have to advertise when the interview meeting is. We just need to advertise. We are looking for candidates who want to fill the position
We're just.
And make a deadline.
and make a deadline.
And the interviews, you can't make any decisions.
Right.
It'll be an informational meeting, just to interview the candidates.
So that does not have to be an open meeting.
Correct.
Okay, so I have this and I can send it to, we'll send it to you and then you can get it on there. So what do you guys, any resident of Chippewa Lake who is registered voter in the village who is interested in applying for and interviewing for the vacant council position, please notify Mayor Dodaro to express your interest. The deadline to apply is November 30th. Interviews will be held the first week of December.
And make that residence for a year. Or more.
Does that sound good language?
Yeah.
Now Lisa can put, I'll send that to you. I'll type it and send it to you.
And Barb, call Leslie tomorrow and then she can get it out to her. She's got her email list and she's got Facebook.
And send it to me
I'll
also.
send it to
Put on
everybody.
Facebook.
How about Claire's list?
Put the
Claire's
mayor's phone number with it too.
Yeah, put my phone number.
Your landline?
So the phone number I use.
I know.
No phone call before what? 11?
No, I get up.
They changed the time schedule.
Therapist, I got therapists coming.
I'm afraid to call her when I almost drive home from work, because I have no idea if it's too late. It's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Are the interviews on the first?
The week of the first.
The week of the
We'll
first, we
decide.
haven't decided the.
So it's not
actual date.
the first,
No,
okay,
the week of the first week of December.
okay, gotcha.
The only downfall of that, that's hunting week, so I don't know if any of the candidates that would want the position are hunters.
That's their problem.
I have
Okay,
to make time for it.
okay.
Okay. Now, I have more new business. And that is our annual letter from the Medina County SPCA. And they, of course, tell us that they took into, their intake of 15 animals originating in your jurisdiction was what they did last year. And that cost multiplied by the number of animals from your jurisdiction results in a total expense of $6,111.75. They would like to know if we would like to reimburse them a fair share of the money they spent in our community. So in other words, they picked up 15 animals here.
I make a motion, we give them a check for $250.
I was just gonna say that our annual donation to them is $250. So now we have a motion for
Second.
$250. Is there a second?
There's a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Gary.
I do question that math though.
Me too. $6,000.
For 15 dogs?
Give me 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
3 huts and a cot.
Careful, they do some things when they pick you up though.
Hey,
Checking for worms.
Spay and neuter, right? I don't think it's worth the $6,000.
Okay, well, if
I
there's
know
any,
I have, in addition to people dumping stuff along Reese's Pond, as I was trekking through the wooded area, we also have people dumping their leaves in the wooded area as well.
We're gonna have to put a full-time officer there.
We're
gonna have to have our own parks department.
Maybe while they're hanging the lights on the building and I have some free time, I'll go over and pick up all the garbage that's over there. I think there's like a camper mattress back there.
I mean,
That's been there for a long time.
So some of the things that I'm hearing going on in the community, I'm wondering if it might be worth purchasing just some temporary corrugated signs. Like when we declare the area beside the lake access, no fishing. this has, you know, a sign that says, this area has recently been declared no fishing, these signs are temporary, yada, yada. This area over here, there is no dumping your leaves, no dumping your ashes from your fire pit, no dumping at all. And just temporarily to let people know, we know, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
I agree with you there, and I can pick some up, it's depending on how everyone else feels. I think
Is
that's
a
a great
temporary
idea.
sign worth it though? Even any money spent on a temporary sign, because that sign's gonna be there and somebody's gonna read it and they're gonna follow along, and then it's temporary, so we're gonna take the sign down, right? And then the violator is gonna think, oh, this sign's gone.
But we're gonna replace it with something else once we figure that out. I mean, that's my
Leslie's
thought.
talking about just temporary.
Put the standard no dumping sign with the Ohio revised code on it, that gives the law enforcement something to do.
We've got ordinances too.
The
Yeah.
problem is,
I use
no
the
one is,
revised code though, that means a sheriff, any sheriff can enforce
but the
it.
sheriff has to see it, or they've gotta see.
Or you pick up the telephone and say, hey, sheriff, there's people dumping, and take a picture. It takes more than just.
Let me suggest this, that property is a mess. Somebody dumping leaves is just a small part of the problem there. If we get that pond open good by next summer, I think the village is gonna have to appropriate some money to take care of the rest of the grounds around it. Have somebody come in with a bush hog, clean that up, cut down some of those trees, and that will give the people from dumping more than any sign.
I agree.
No, that's a good idea, and we talked about that, right off. It's too late, you know, as for our landscaper Keys, but I was going to talk to him, come springtime, to just, you know, start taking care, at least along the roadway, going down into it, and then where we can, maybe clean up that area and just maintain it. So that's the
It
game
might
plan.
be a good idea starting in the winter before that stuff starts growing again, and get out what you can before.
You wanna get a lot of activity there, maybe we make it a dog park.
I tried that, they turned me down.
You can be the pooper scooper.
Yeah.
To that end, John, there was comments from citizens about the amount of money that was being collected from the lake passes, and just a generalization, and it was roughly $20,000. And there was no designation of the use of those funds beyond, I think, just going into the park fund or general fund. So it might be a wise use of that fund for a period of time to dress up Reese's Pond and give a designation to that revenue stream, which is fairly
Yeah,
sizable.
put some benches out there, maybe. I mean, it could be nice.
Yeah, Gary could give you some direction on that. Right now, that money goes into the general fund.
You're talking about the stuff from the boat passes that we do for the park district?
Yeah, it's been built
I
up.
knew that money, didn't know where it was gonna go, but it's fairly substantial.
Well, yeah, and say, just thinking out loud here, is that the monies that we collect this year, next year go to Reese's Pond. And then in 2 years, the money that we collect in the next 2 years goes to Briarwood Park, and so on and so forth. And we just dump that large amount of money into each of those parks every year.
Yeah, a project.
Capital improvements.
I would really
Good
love
idea.
to see us be more proactive instead of reactive in the parks.
Well, I
mean,
think Reese's Pond is a multi-year project, but I'm just showing that you have an income stream that's not dedicated yet. It would be a good.
Something to
service
talk
the
about, yeah.
community Visually, and shows good faith to the people that are paying those fees to see.
Well, Leslie, we've been pretty proactive in the parks area in the last 5 to 10 years. I mean, look what we added, you know, 2 bocce courts, a pickleball court, a kayak launch. I mean, that's just off the top of my head, so we did a lot.
Yeah, that's not, the things I'm normally complaining about is the maintaining of the park. Those are all new, nice things, but, you know, what I've seen, they just mow and go. They're not trimming, they're not edging, they're not
That's
mowing,
kind of
they're
a training situation. We have landscape, we have a company that takes care of it. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then we gotta get on them about it. I agree 100%, and that's definitely that's the game plan.
Okay, motion to adjourn?
No, I had one, just new business on my side. I think I mentioned before that I'm going through, this is on my own volition, CERT, which is from Emergency Management. It's a Community Emergency Response Team. It's a 9-month training session. I've completed 6 of those. They'll suspend probably for January because it falls right around the holiday time. And I'll come away with a certification. It's really, if you had a big catastrophe here, you would help organize people until the professionals arrive. Now, ours is going to be a little bit different. A lot of this was developed back from California where they had earthquakes and fires. So our thought process is a little bit different. But we've had wind events, flood events, we could have a snow event that helps keep our community safe until the pros arrive. So I should finish that in the March, April timeframe. But I'll have some time to contribute to the village if it's necessary.
Is there any other new business? Well, then we need one more motion.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?